Hi, Creative Wisdom here. Our world and our lives are full of repetitions. What we do every day is a repetition. We repeat eating, sleeping, working, saving money, training. It's all a repetition. Living things and organisms are all driven by it. Life repeats itself with every breath, every heartbeat, every sunrise and sundown. When the routine of life breaks down momentarily, it's because nature is rebalancing. So what makes you think that success in life is not a repetition? And what do you repeat every day? What would you like to master? And how powerful repetition is? Epictetus lectures us in his book, Discourses number 2. Capability is confirmed and grows in its corresponding actions, walking by walking and running by running. Therefore, if you want to something, make a habit of it. Stoicism is full of boring repetitions. How to find enjoyment in these and how to make these repetitions that free your desire easier and more automatic? Well, by the end of this video, we'll find out how that works for you. The Stoics are best to stick to what works and stay in their lanes when going gets tough. The Stoic believed that in the unpredictable world, order is a prerequisite of excellence, and good habits are a safe haven and certainty and security. They were all about systems, routines, and repetitions, which also lead to be better in efficiency. It wasn't just about knowing what the right thing was. It was about doing it daily. Keep the habit of home fire burning, they said. Repetition is a powerful tool, and as boring as it sounds, it is part of our success in life. Many successful people become from the habit of repetition. The question is, do you have the discipline and the resiliency to stick to the boring repetitions? Is that the key between success and failure? So, ask yourself the question, why do I repeat these things? How they are helping me? Where would you like to improve your expertise? What would you like to accomplish? What new habit would you like to create? And is this sustainable? Repetition can be powerful in 3 ways. First, when we repeat anything, work, music, or exercise, we move toward mastering it. Second, we can accomplish big tasks by repeating frequent small actions towards a big goal. Third, repetition creates habits, and habits are very powerful as long as they are good habits. We are what we repeatedly do. Excellence, then, is not an act, but a habit. Aristotle. In other words, excellence isn't this thing you do one time. It's a way of living. It's foundational and systematic. It's like an operating system and the code. This system operates on a habit. Repetition is not always boring. It can be very rewarding, and nothing like doing something over and over and get good at it. It's actually addicting in many cases. Mastering something, it takes time and experimenting. Look at the Wright brothers, time and again before getting that first flight. It wasn't just like building a plane and fly. Wright made the first successful self-propelled sustained flight on December 17, 1903. The flight lasted 12 seconds, and the aircraft flew approximately 20 feet, 6 meters above the ground, 420 feet. But their engineering marvel didn't start with airplanes. They developed a local reputation for the quality of the presses that they designed, built, and sold to other printers. Later, they opened a bicycle shop. So these were the first indication of the Wright brothers' extraordinary technical ability and their unique approach to the solution of problems in mechanical design. It took them 9 years of hard work and repetition to be able to fly 1 hour with a pilot and 1 passenger. This changed the trajectory of our human species. It's through repetition that we rewire our brains. Doing something over and over, no matter how small it is, it has a huge power. Epictetus teaches us that first, say to yourself what you would be, and then do what you have to do. If something is important to you, make a commitment to repeatedly spend time on it, every day, every week. Start with small changes, small amounts, or 100% success. Let's say you want to master writing or anything in that matter. The most important first step is to find a way to write regularly. If you are consistent in a habit, like writing, it becomes more and more automatic and more natural. So how can we pull off that big project or life goal? The secret of the Stoics to getting ahead is to get started. And it might take some hard work, but the more you say no to the things that don't matter, the more you can say yes to the things that do. Repetition is also an activity or habit that can be used or abused as well. We all know when we get sucked in and get addicted to work, or exercise, eating, or dieting perhaps. Arete, the most powerful word to the Stoics. It means excellence, and it has the ultimate expression of human greatness, moral, physical, and spiritual. It's what the Stoics were chasing. It's what we're all chasing. But excellence requires a beyond human imagination effort, day in and day out. But this, for most of us, is just simply impossible. However, here are some tips on how can you improve and push through your everyday repetitions and habits. Focus on the act, not on the result. Result will come later. Get it done no matter what, even if boring. No time frame. Don't put a deadline. Actively engage. Live it. Read it. Touch it. One step at a time. Rome wasn't built in one day. Emotional motivation. Build up, anticipate, and motivate yourself. Some days are easier and some days are harder, but do not procrastinate. You don't love yourself enough, for if you did, you'd love your nature too, and what it demands of you. People who love what they do wear themselves down doing it. They even forget to wash or eat. Marcus Aurelius. No matter how we put it, our everyday life is full of repetitions, and that's how we get better and perfect things and become successful. What we do in practice, the Stoic knew, is how we play when it's game time. Repetition, routine, ritual, habits, they dictate who we are and what we become. Success and happiness isn't random. It's a repetition of habits. So find yourself. Find something that you are passionate about and make it a habit. Make it a repetition, and that will reward you over time. The power of repetition is in its simplicity. You have to find enjoyment in these habits to be able to sustain them no matter what you are committed to. Fun, entertainment, exercise, work, or family. You also have to find motivation. Something that you do repeatedly is more likely to stay in your mind, and the benefits are endless. It creates habits. It's the mother of skill and mastery. Repetition sets beliefs that empower. It can be our best friend or our worst enemy. We can focus on the boring and destructive side of repetition, or we can make the best of it. So these are the benefits of repetition. Marcus Aurelius is reminding us about the beauty and the perfect harmony of Mother Nature, and how nature repeats itself, and it creates the perfect balance. Don't you see the plants, the birds, the ants, and spiders and bees going about their individual task, putting the world in order as best they can? And you're not willing to do your job as a human being? Why aren't you running to do what your nature demands? Marcus Aurelius. If you want a higher quality existence, it will require tons of effort on your part. These repetitions apply to your mind, feelings, and actions. If you want a different result, look at your habits, your repetitions, and then change them. Do it, and do it now. Remember that repetition has power, and it can be good or bad. When you catch yourself in the act of doing a bad one, stop doing it and replace it with something better. Thank you guys for watching. If you enjoyed it and got some value out of this, please hit the subscribe button, hit the like button. I also have 2 videos. One is about hard work, win 100% of the time. The other is the power of writing things down. If you haven't seen them, go ahead and watch it. I'll put the link down below. See you on the next video.